Hello, I'm Scott Elliott, Superintendent of Watauga County Schools, with some important information for parents about the return of students to in-person instruction. Recently, our Watauga County Board of Education voted for students in kindergarten, first, second, and third grade to return to school in person on the 2x3 Flex Plan. During this video, I'm going to share some important information with you that will help you to prepare your students and know what to expect when they return to school. One of the most important things regarding keeping schools healthy and safe are our screening procedures. Students who come to school in the car rider line will expect to be screened when they first show up to school and will have their temperature taken. Parents will be asked 3 questions to determine if their children are healthy to come into the school. Have they been in close contact with someone who was a confirmed COVID positive in the last 14 days? Do they have any COVID-like symptoms, new cough, fever, loss of taste or smell, or other COVID-like symptoms? Or have they also been diagnosed as COVID positive in the last 14 days? In order to enter the school, they must be able to answer no to all 3 of those questions and have a fever below 100.4 degrees. After the car rider line, students will enter into the school building, be able to have hand sanitizer. They will go either to a cafeteria or to the gym, depending on the school, for a brief time before they go into their class. Most students will come into the school, go directly to their classroom, wash their hands, and then begin their day. The procedures for children who ride the school bus are also very important. Every child will need a bus attestation form signed by each parent, where the parent has signed that every day they review those same 3 questions and ensure that their children are safe and healthy to go to school. When the children from the bus arrive at school, they will have their temperature taken. From there, they will proceed on into the building and on into their classroom. The most important thing about keeping our schools healthy is to ensure that children who are sick stay home. And this is where we need a lot of help from our parents. As we are heading into cold and flu season, we know that children are going to be sick. Some of the symptoms are the same as COVID, and we're going to have to be extra vigilant about helping our sick children to stay at home. When your children come back to school in person, it's important that you know that there are a few important things that they bring with them. First of all, we will not be drinking directly from water fountains, so it's important that every student come with a refillable water bottle that can be filled up at the water fountains for them to use all throughout the day, during PE, recess, and in class. So make sure to bring a water bottle. Most important of all is that every child bring their face mask. Now, we have packs of face masks for every child that needs one. We have 5 reusable face masks for every adult and student. But I want to make clear that the expectation is that every child and every student and every parent and visitor to the school is wearing a face mask. We know that that is one of the most important things that we can be doing to protect everyone's safety. So make sure they bring their face masks, make sure that they understand that they'll be wearing their face masks all day long, and if you need a face mask, make sure to drop by the school and pick one up. Now, I also want you to know that teachers will be allowing face mask breaks periodically throughout the school day, when they're able to go outside or when they're able to be in a well-ventilated room and 6 feet apart. But for the most part, children will be wearing their masks all day long. And we ask for your help and support in making sure that children are able to do that. When students come into the school building, one of the first things they'll notice is that there are markings on floor to help remind the students to stay 6 feet apart when they're standing in line or walking down the hallways. In some hallways, we might also have arrows directing students to make sure that they stay on a certain side of the hallway. Lunch is going to be a little bit different this year because not all students will be able to fit into the cafeteria. And while some classes will be eating in the cafeteria, many classes will also be eating in their classrooms. Students will also be going to the gymnasium for physical education. They will be going outside for recess, and they will be going to art and music and the library. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video and working with your schools to help prepare for the return of students to school on October the 5th. So just a few reminders. Make sure that your children bring to school with them a water bottle that they can use at the water fountain all throughout the day. Make sure that they have a clean face mask and that they are able to wear it and wear it all throughout the day. Make sure that you are familiar with the isolation and screening protocols and those signs and symptoms of COVID-like illness. It is so important that children who are exhibiting those symptoms or who are sick stay home. That's the most effective thing that we can do to keep coronavirus out of our schools. We're going to do everything that we possibly can to keep our schools and our students and our staff as safe and healthy as possible. That's going to mean that there will be times that students, classes, or whole grade levels may need to go back to remote instruction during an isolation period. And I want us all to be prepared for that possibility. We're super excited to begin the reintroduction of students back to school October the 5th and for students in grades 4 through 12 on October the 19th. Thank you for working hard. We look forward to seeing your students in school very soon.